Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder once again with another Reddit story for you. This one is from the AITAH subreddit and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Dropping Off My Employer's Kids at Her Important Meeting? Throwaway account as my main is linked to me and I have received clients through it. I was an au pair before, and now I provide nanny services and annual babysitting services. A new contract is signed every year. There are no run-on contracts. I have 3 others working for me and the occasional teen looking to make some extra cash. It's an au pair. That makes employer kind of a different thing. Let's see, okay. One of my employees was done with a minor celebrity family abroad. This celebrity had recommended her to one of their other celebrity friends. I had a few families that weren't vetted on a list, but because she said she already knew the social circle, she wanted to start immediately due to cash flow and was willing to start before the formalities and paperwork was sorted out. The contract with base rate, extras, and holidays and all were signed and agreed upon before she started. Apart from some minor disagreements, her former celebrity employer was overall a good client, so I allowed her to start thinking their friend wouldn't be a hassle without vetting them. The first week went okay, and I got good feedback from her when I touched base with her. The second week, there were some minor disagreements. The third week, they didn't serve her food because they felt that she was getting paid enough to get her own food. I contacted them and gave them a warning that they couldn't breach their contract and to reimburse her cost of food. They agreed to it, but the day after, my employee contacted me and said they gave her what they thought she should use for food instead of her actual costs, and she wanted to quit. I contacted them again and told them that there would be legal action if they didn't. They did begrudgingly, but left a voicemail wondering why she felt the need to eat papayas and pineapples, even though this is part of the children's diet, and as per the contract, she would get the same food and other fancy stuff when she couldn't afford it. They also said people like her should stick to what is within the means of their budget. Wow, could it give any more of the help? So I moved her out of this placement and came to an agreement that I would take over her duties until I found them a different one. This is in line with the contract. It's my responsibility if a nanny is sick or otherwise not able to do the job, not the parents. The children were not the best behaved, but due to their ages, I let it slide. Things got bad for me during the 4th week as it was my weekend off. When I woke up, she had written me a note taped to my bedroom door that she was gone for the weekend and that I should help her out this once as I had given her a faulty nanny to begin with. This was in line with her character from what I had observed, but I was still shocked that she would pull this after my explaining the contract before taking over. I let it slide. When she returned, she came back with her husband. I sat them both down and told them that during my days off, which they would be informed about minimum 14 days prior as per contract, they had to arrange their own childcare. In addition, I reminded them that as they had now been given 2 warnings, the third would void the contract, which was in the contract. They tried to raise objections, but I reminded them that I was an employee, not a slave. 6 weeks from then, which was yesterday, I was supposed to have the weekend off. When I woke up in the morning, the house was empty apart from the children, the bearded dragon, the duck, and the other animals. Even the chef wasn't there. The note she had left stated that she was out entertaining her friends and coworkers at the beach and that she would be back by 2. She said she would really appreciate it if I would just do this once more as it was an important get-together. The children were more or less old enough to take care of themselves, so it wasn't a hard job. 2 came and went and no sign of either one of them. More red flags, hooray! By 4, I had left several messages. By 5, their other celebrity friend came by to pick up some of his stuff that he had left behind a few days earlier. He mentioned a restaurant and handed me a 20, telling me to hang on in there as it was an important appointment. She was trying to get back into being an actress and she needed this. No sooner had he left did I pack up the children and made my way there. I asked the waitress to guide me to the table as we were doing a surprise and that the children had looked forward to this all week. That was a lie, but I knew I needed to get to her before the waitstaff stopped me. Her children are known in the area, so I'm glad they let me through. Then I crashed her important meeting with a surprise and telling her the contract was voided and to expect a solicitor to contact them. Since last evening, both her and her husband have left, unsavory messages on my phone. So, was I the astronaut? Top comment, a wondrously satisfying ending. If only they had also dropped off the bearded dragon and the duck. Agreed, that would have been great. That would have been great here. I think we got it again here. We got it with an NTA. The au pair being that is the employee-employer relationship, obviously that makes it okay that an employee is with the children. That's the part that made me go into it in the first place. An employee should never be in charge of your kids. But an au pair, that's their job, right? So that, I got lucky on this one by it still being an NTA here, but it is These are just terrible people is what it sounds like. These are just terrible people. The fact that she left a note these 2 times means that she knew it was wrong. There was no prior communication because she knew it was wrong. She did it that way so that you would have no choice. And she thought you had no choice this time. She wrong. OP shows up at the restaurant like, oh, good gravy. To just treat people with so no respect at all. No respect for their existence, except in the capacity that it serves her. This is just a shit person. I mean, this is just a shit person. That's it. Who just treats people like shit in order to get what they want. And she knew she was wrong. Every bit of this. This was premeditated. She knew she was wrong. The note leaving was intentional. This was not her just not thinking it through. The whole time she planned on leaving a note so you'd have no choice. I mean, I hope to never encounter this type of person. I hope none of us here encounter this type of person. Because this is someone who just uses and abuses people until they run them off. And then the next person comes in and they use and abuse them and then run them off. And the next person comes in and it is an endless cycle. They know what they're doing. They're fully aware of what they're doing and they just don't care because getting their way is more important than anything. So we have another situation here where we have OP as an NTA and the antagonist in the story is an Ask on One. Premeditated bullshit.